Welcome everyone to Side Draft, and welcome to our post-race discussion of the Talladega iRacing Pro Invitational race. A fairly decent race.
Yeah, it's very fun to go back to Talladega and see the draft. It's the first time we get to see the draft in the iRacing format here. And welcome back, Jeff Gordon.
Yes, and I guess you could say welcome back Ryan Newman as well, because he announced before the race that he will be returning to the racetrack as soon as NASCAR returns.
So it was really great to see him getting a lot better. And since NASCAR's on hold, it gave him time to get better and get back in the race car. Can't wait to see all the drivers get back in the race cars.
Can't wait to see race cars. I know the virtual stuff has been amazing. It's been fun. Can't wait to see the real race cars back on track. They say maybe May 17th we could see the real race cars back on track.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
But before that, let's talk about this race. Corey LaJoie got the pole. That was going to invert the top 10, but something with Clint Boyer, and that allowed that to not happen. So
not sure.
Corey LaJoie worked hard for that pole, and he kept it.
And Corey says, "Thanks, Clint Boyer. I keep the pole." But good to see Corey LaJoie doing well here and run up front. Got the pole here. So.
And they also made the top 3 finishers from last week start in the back, which was William Byron. Of course, he won the race. Parker Kligerman, and I believe Timmy Hill. And Byron and Kligerman, they was able to make their way back up there. It didn't matter to them. Timmy Hill, I don't think we saw too much out of him today.
I mean, he got towards the front maybe, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, not too much. But Ty Dillon and Daniel Suarez, they take the lead very early on, like a couple of laps in. Very nice battle. I thought we was going to see a train for most of it, but we actually saw double file racing, very competitive, going for the lead.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of racing 4 or 5 wide sometimes. And plus, there's no yellow line rule here, so that was really great to see some drivers go below the yellow line. There's no rule now. I'm going down there.
And, there wasn't a whole lot of cautions. I thought there was going to be like a whole bunch of cautions. Like, was going to have one every lap. But we didn't really see too many.
Not a whole lot. I mean, a lot of drivers don't have they may not have the spotters, or they may have the iRacing spotters on there. Sometimes you don't know if you're clear or not, and I was just looking forward to seeing a lot of wrecks.
So we didn't have a lot of cautions, but when we did have one on lap 16, it would be involving Jeff Gordon. So he'd have to use one of his resets, or actually his only reset. And but he had an awesome paint scheme out there.
Yeah, I really like the paint scheme. He made his way towards the front, and somebody made a move, and he got caught up in the fence.
And when we say caught up in the fence, we mean
caught up in the fence.
He was so much caught up in the fence that fence is probably the Jeff Gordon fence from now on.
Yeah, I mean, if this was real racing, it would probably take the whole fence down.
Yeah, so we would probably have to end the race because trying to build the fence back up. I mean, that was it was like a fly in a fly trap.
Yeah, these fences are a lot tougher than in the real world. So
yeah, and they can hold up a race car.
Yeah, they can hold the race car up and just no damage at all. It's like Superman.
So this would be involving Stenhouse. He would get spun by Ty Dillon. I don't know if it was Stenhouse just coming across the nose or if Ty Dillon moved down, but Stenhouse had a nice run up until that point.
Yeah, like Talladega, just like the real thing. Here comes Stenhouse running up front.
Yeah, big crash though, took out a lot of contenders for their first reset.
Yeah, definitely so, and I believe it put Jeff Gordon a lap down because it took him a while to get his reset started.
Yeah, and they did give him the free pass, so got a little Fox provisional free pass.
Yeah.
But it's great that they have the resets though, because if not, that would have took out everybody.
Yeah, it'd been very tough.
So Brendan Poole would lead after pit stops. I think they said he took, maybe just fuel, no tires. A lot of people took 2 tires.
Yeah, I believe Brendan Poole, this is his first race into the Pro Invitational event.
Yeah, he tried to get into the LCQs past couple weeks, just haven't ever had luck. But this time, was in the race, and he did fairly well.
It's great to talk about new names. I mean, it's different drivers coming in, got new leaders, and so it's really great.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if we did Talladega every week for this, because it doesn't matter how good or bad you are at iRacing, you're going to be in the lead. I mean, heck, Clint Boyer's had issues throughout every week so far. He actually led like a lap today.
Yeah, and Brad Keselowski, he's really catching on this iRacing. And, you know, he runs good at Talladega, and he showed it again here. He was running very well, and even Kevin Harvick was running up there towards the front.
And so Brad Keselowski would get the lead on the restart. He would lead the most laps of this race, and that just seems like a Brad Keselowski at Talladega kind of thing, because he's really good at Talladega.
Yeah, he really had a fast race car today.
Fast virtual race car. And so William Byron would end up taking the lead because Brennan Poole and Keselowski would make contact, but amazing save.
Yeah, I thought it was definitely going to wreck, but he went to the down the apron and he saved it and went back up. And, I mean, he lost maybe, 5-6 positions?
Yeah, and eventually he'd get one back because he spun Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the deal was. I believe Brad was keeping his line there, and it just got in the back end of Jimmy, and Brad wasn't lifting. So Jimmy goes around, and no caution because Jimmy's, he was continuing on. He was still moving to the infield, and there's no caution. I mean, caution a lot of spots, but no caution.
Yeah, Jimmy took the drive of shame after he get wrecked and no caution, and you just have to, just suck it up and drive. And it's just the worst feeling on iRacing because you just feel so alone out there by yourself.
Man, come on, couldn't you throw a caution or something? I see some debris out on the track. Come on.
Yeah, I'm the debris.
We got some grass. There's some grass on the track. Maybe.
I don't know. Does grass get on the track?
Does grass grow in the virtual world? We do not know.
Is air a thing in the virtual world? I think we asked that question before. So it's a good question.
Can you see the air in the virtual world?
I see the pixels flowing through the virtual air. So Clint Boyer would eventually get the lead with around 30 to go, and as we mentioned before, didn't last very long. He blew up almost instantly.
Yeah, I believe he was drafting a little too close. His water temps got too high, and on iRacing, I mean, it just got, you get a certain point and it just blows the engine.
Yeah, so you don't really get much of a warning other than the numbers start to turn red, and sometimes they start flashing, and maybe just wasn't looking at it, and kaboom.
Yep. I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, glad to see Clint Boyer up there leading the race. I mean, he's had very tough races in the past, get caught up in wrecks, but here he was leading and blows up. And I think he barely made it to pit road, or he just
kind of walked to pit road,
pushed the car,
got the new engine, and then away he went. Still finished decent considering how slow he was going with no engine at all. Yeah. No caution, nothing really help him. We talked about Jimmy Johnson taking the drive of shame, but that's something.
That's a little worse.
That's a little worse. That's the drive of misery or something.
Especially, you're leading the race. I mean, Alex Bowman. I mean, he was the last car on the lead lap, and he was, kind of pushing him, and he should have just passed him maybe, or tried to go past him, but he didn't.
If he would have passed him, I mean, could have been talking about a whole different winner here.
Possibility. It might have saved Alex Bowman's race right there. But yeah, I mean, if the engine blows, if the virtual engine blows, is there virtual oil on the track?
If a virtual engine blows, does anybody hear it?
Clint Boyer did.
So it'd be John Hunter and Nemechek leading with around, say, 20 some to go. Then we'll see more pit stops. The pit stops were the pit strategy just crazy. Yep. So many different pit strategies. Some pitted with 35 to go, 30 to go, and some even went below 20 laps to go. Yeah,
I believe Clint was getting kind of irritated earlier in the race. Like, when we pitting, who's going to pit with me? There's no communication. It's like, all these drivers go crazy, and I know other drivers was actually texting and calling each other and when we were pitting.
Yeah, something you probably can't do in real life NASCAR is just call people. You probably have to just tell your spotter to tell somebody to tell their drivers. So that's one thing that's easier on iRacing is communicating with your competitors.
Is texting and driving a thing in the virtual world?
Who knows? We're asking the important questions here today.
Yeah. People want to know these things. I mean, come on, we got to find out the answers.
So after the green flag pit stops to be Nemechek and Byron, they were pushing each other. They pitted a little bit earlier than Keselowski, Dale Jr., and Kevin Harvick. And so it was going to be a battle between those drivers, and then we had a caution.
Well, I believe one time Denny Hamlin missed his pit stall and tried to back up.
Yeah, that was somewhere in here, and he backed up, and they all thought that Denny Hamlin got banned for backing up on the pit lane. I was very confused with that because I backed up on the pit lane on iRacing before. Maybe I got lucky, I don't know. But I didn't get kicked out. But it turns out Denny Hamlin got kicked out because his daughter kicked him out.
Turned his monitor off.
Turned his monitor
off. Works
off.
every time.
So maybe that's something, if you never need me and I'm on iRacing, you just turn the monitor off.
Okay. I bet Denny was pretty confused about that too.
Probably was. Probably really upset.
What's going on with this thing?
So more homework for his daughter's virtual school.
Yep.
And so, let's see, it would be about, or the caution was Jeff Gordon. He got spun by his teammate. The guy that he gave the 24 car after he stepped out of racing in the real world.
Yeah, Chase Elliott got bumped and lost it and then ran into Jeff Gordon. So, I mean, it's one of them things. It's unfortunate. You know, you get spun around and you hit your teammate and that ends your day.
Yeah, so that's got to feel bad for Chase Elliott and Jeff Gordon and the other thousands of people that got involved in that wreck. So now it would be about 10 to go. It would be John Hunter Nemechek versus Byron.
Well, a lot of the cars, I guess, are taking the wave around right here. And Amarolla's car, for some reason,
missed a shift
or something. And Clint Boyer plows into him.
Yeah, just Boyer never gets
something about teammates here is just really tough. I mean, through the whole race, his teammates is wrecking each other.
It seems like whatever happens to Clint happens to Jeff, and whatever happens to Jeff happens to Clint. They're bonded.
Yep.
They're bonded on iRacing for some reason. With 10 to go, we'd see incredible battles for the lead. We'd see Nemechek lead, Ty Dillon lead, Alex Bowman would get the lead, Ryan Preece would get the lead. Just a great battle between those drivers.
Yeah, very tough battle. I believe William Byron, he got pushed out of the groove and got lost a lot of spots. And yeah, they was up there racing pretty hard.
So 5 to go, Garrett Smithley would be leading. Joe Logano, something would happen with him and Ryan Preece. And there goes Logano. And then Logano
taking out his teammates. Again, the teammates rule is definitely going on here.
Yes.
He goes down, hits Brad. Brad's running really great. And then Blaney has got a good run. He's up on the top and he goes up and he hits Blaney. And Blaney just flies off like Iron Man or something. So, like, you know, he just had a really bad wreck. I mean, I hope he's all right and ain't all dizzy from all that.
Yeah, doesn't have any motion sickness because, I mean, I bet that was a blur.
I mean, a lot of these drivers, you know, I don't know which one to do, but some may have the virtual goggles, the VR goggles, and I bet that would be all. That'd be
yeah,
that would make you really drunk.
That's one reason why I don't do virtual reality iRacing, aside from I can't afford.
I think the monitors would be a lot better. You want the monitors to see stuff going around you instead of just, you know.
So Logano spins, takes out a whole bunch of people, and sends Ryan Blaney to the rodeo, and I think Blaney got knocked off.
So I guess Joe Logano's going to send some fruit baskets to his teammates, say I'm sorry.
Get him a new puppy, something like that.
Maybe.
And so now it would be overtime. I'm surprised we only went one overtime in this race.
Yeah, I figured they was going to wreck on the last lap or before the last lap, and something happened. So I was looking forward to it. I didn't see it, but.
And then it would be Bowman versus Ty Dillon, final 2 laps. Eventually Corey LaJoie would get to the inside of Ty Dillon, try to get around Bowman, spins Ty Dillon, and then got so close to that first.
So close. I think if Smithley would have pushed him a little harder, he might have come across the line first. It would have been really cool to see Corey LaJoie win a race. I mean, don't we all want to see that? Yes, we do.
Yes. Even if you said no, you do. Don't lie to us.
I know you do.
You do.
But another win for Hendrick, and here Alex Bowman gets another win at Talladega.
Yeah, so Hendrick is on a roll. They won with William Byron 2 races in a row at Bristol and Richmond. Then they go and win at Talladega with Alex Bowman. Will Bowman go back-to-back? Will he go to Dover and win?
Can Ford win one of these races?
Yeah, Denny Hamlin won the first one with Toyota, and then Timmy Hill won. You know, just
I mean,
Ford just hasn't
they're
got
close.
lucky.
I mean, Corey's right there. He was almost leading the field for the ovals, and Brad, he was up there, and Clint was up there, and he just wanted. And Doug Gates just wanted to say that was not his engine that blew.
I think Doug Yates is going to have to team up with iRacing and model, what is it, the FR9 on iRacing, and maybe.
Yeah, so Doug Gates is going to have to go get his homework and build the engines for iRacing, make his engine last longer for Clint Boyer.
iRacing needs to add virtual Doug Yates. He needs to show him on Car Mechanic Simulator and
yeah, he needs to send the specs over to him or something. I don't know. It's just like Ford needs to really step up and get these cars in victory lane before we go to the regular racing.
Yeah, just win one.
Yeah.
So I believe we have like 2 or 3 more of these to go if everything goes good, and we go racing at Darlington, I think, May 17th. Not really going to say that's a definite, but
I mean, how cool would it be going to Darlington, the throwback race, we're throwing it back to regular racing.
yeah. So I'm not sure if anyone's going to do throwback paint schemes when we go to Darlington, but I mean, it's a throwback in itself. Just
to go back to regular racing.
Yeah. So so congratulations to Alex Bowman. So after so many weeks of the dogs taking over and crashing, finally got one. Or maybe the dogs took over and won the race.
Maybe so.
Something like that. But
they just knocked him out of his chairs. Here, let me show you how to drive this thing.
Yeah, Alex Bowman is somewhere tied up, and the dogs beat him up, tied him up, and the dogs won the race.
Maybe so.
So now scared of my dog. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this race. I know we did.
Yeah.
It was a very fun race to follow along. These have been really fun.
Yep.
I know these aren't the normal race reviews, race discussion that you've been used to. It's not something we're used to, but
they are fun.
It's been fun while we're trying to fill the void of no racing, and hopefully when the real racing comes back, we'll be energized and ready.
Yeah, it gives all sports fans out there something to watch. You know, watch the races, and it's pretty great to see what NASCAR is doing.
So I hope you enjoyed that video from us. You can click this video here to watch, I believe that's the Brad Keselowski diecast review. Very fun review there. And then this video right here, that is one that YouTube suggests that it thinks that you would like. And also, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Side Draft.